plant-based ingredients that have an important effect on the brain. And these ingredients are in categories of plants called nootropics and adaptogens.
That's right. Adaptogens are herbs and plants that help our bodies manage stress and maintain sort of this mental balance, right? So that's adaptogens. And nootropics are groups of plants that improve our ability to think, focus, and remember. Think, focus, and remember. And sometimes they're called smart herbs. Both of these categories of plants can work together to kind of help improve that mental focus, the clarity that we have, and even support mental energy levels. So that's exactly what Juice Plus Luminate does, because those are the ingredients.
All right, so how did we say that word that starts with N again? Is it nootropics?
No, it is nootropics. Can everybody say it with me? Nootropics.
Awesome, awesome. So now we know what the terms are. Let's talk about what ingredients are actually performing these amazing tasks. So Val, do you think we should start with nootropics or adaptogens first?
I think nootropics. Say it again. Nootropics. I think nootropics first because they're really the power forces of this formula.
Sounds amazing to me. So let's start with, first up, Alpinia galanga. So this plant is a member of the ginger family, and it has been found to improve, or target actually, a cognitive process called attention network function, or ANF.
Right, ANF, attention network function. Just think attention neurotropic. Like neurotropic means it's all about your brain, right? Nootropic, basically the same thing. And that is a system that actually when you go to focus on a task, let's say, think of any one task on your list, your brain takes all the resources and pushes them to focus on that specific task. So anybody ever had like 25 tasks on your list and you keep bouncing around and you keep bouncing back because you never finish? That's your ANF not working well. So that is what Alpinia has been scientifically proven to support that network. Isn't that cool? And it helps you stay focused until you're done with that task, and then you can go on to the next one. So it's really about heightened alertness, which is something I think we can all use, right?
You know, and our Alpinia that we're using is actually grown and processed in India by a company that we've worked with for many years. Their focus is on producing the highest quality ingredients while concentrating on 3 key areas of their community: health, environment, and education. And they work in rural areas of India to improve access to clean drinking water, to bolster children's nutrition, and to improve eye health, to ensure brighter futures for their communities. And they do these things by improving the communities that surround them. So they have an environmental program that promotes renewable energy and water consumption for the plants and for the communities that surround them. And they have manufacturing plants that are fully self-sustaining, that use the waste product from the production to fuel the power plant that then makes the actual product.
Cool.
Exactly. That's amazing. And the use of this technology to protect the planet is only one part of their overall sustainability story. And because they're fully integrated through the entire supply chain, they can ensure that there are no harmful chemicals, contaminants, or unsafe practices in any part of the growing or manufacturing process. This also ties to their educational process initiatives as well, which range from empowering farmers to use more sustainable agricultural practices to digitizing education in rural communities. These are some of the types of things that we look at when we're evaluating ingredients just across the board. And this is just one of the stories of the behind the scenes of the ingredients that we're going to provide even more details to you as we learn more and share more about this product.
I love that story about that company. Do you guys? Just so us. Another ingredient that most people don't think of as a nootropic, but is a really powerful brain herb, is sage. And it's been since medieval times, ancient wisdom, right, where it was used to improve memory and also wisdom. They thought that's what it did. That's where the word sage comes from, right? So how many people knew that sage could help your memory? we think of it as Thanksgiving with the turkey, right? These are the types of herbs like sage that have been used for years, but now we have clinical research on their benefits.
And the sage ingredient that we use is actually a really unique blend of Spanish sage essential oils and garden sage leaf extract to provide a perfect combination of nootropics. And next up we have an ingredient that I feel like kind of bridges the gap between adaptogens and nootropics a bit, called rhodiola. And it's an herbal ingredient. Somebody's a rhodiola fan. I love that. So it's an herbal ingredient that's actually native to cold weather climates like you find in Russia and Scandinavia. And I know you had some interesting tidbits about rhodiola.
Yeah, there was a huge review study published 2 years ago that looked at all the different clinical studies on human beings that rhodiola has been tested with. And one of the top things, at least at the top of their list, was neuroprotective effects. So that's cognitive abilities and all the things, run down the list, making your brain better, focus and all of that. But also, there were all kinds of other effects, like it helps improve stress symptoms, it helps protect your heart, it helps physical fitness, muscle recovery. There's a giant list of things. So we like it for the neuroprotective effects in Juice Plus Luminate, but it's also having other positive benefits.
Absolutely.
And we also have 2 unique mushrooms. My favorite mushroom ever is and these have shown definite promising benefits, and I have seen in, mushrooms, you can go on and do a whole talk, a whole hour about mushrooms. But lion's mane and cordyceps have really positive effects on the brain. And you may have recognized both of these names from other products that are often just the mushrooms by themselves.
That's absolutely true. And there's another one too, right?
Yes, ashwagandha. Anybody know ashwagandha? I have been researching this for years and taking it because once you start learning about it, it's really like, oh my gosh, I need that. It's an herb that really helps calming. So we love it for Juice Plus Luminate because if you think about how you want your day to go, we're always ups and downs, right?
Yeah, it's great. And the ashwagandha is actually, as you heard, a time-honored ingredient our ashwagandha is actually organically grown, and we use both the root and the leaf to get all of those powerful adaptogens in the product. But there's one more ingredient that we haven't talked about yet that is one that I've actually been looking at for over 10 years because I really wanted to find a place for this ingredient in our portfolio and just didn't have one yet. It's something that people know, but probably don't think of as a nootropic, and maybe not even think of as a healthy ingredient. But it's because they don't use the whole plant like we do.
We're big into that, aren't we? So I didn't even really think about this as a nootropic until we started talking about it and researching more, and it actually fits the definition of a nootropic. Remember? Think, focus, remember? Like action on the brain. And the ingredient we're using is not coffee bean, it's the whole fruit. And if you look at that berry, it's inside that the bean is. But this is not roasted. This is just like we make Juice Plus, right? Take that whole fruit and crush it. So we get all these other ingredients like flavonoids and polyphenols that are in the fruit itself on top of what's in the bean.
That's absolutely right, Valerie. And I actually went to see some coffee plantations in Hawaii about 10 years ago, and I thought that this fruit was so amazing. And what most people don't realize is with the world's addiction to coffee, most of this powerful fruit ends up in landfills. And that's really why I think that this product is so exciting to me, is because we're really helping with environmental benefits and sustainability because we're using that whole fruit with the bean included. And it really changes the function of the product too because of all of those antioxidants and polyphenols.
That's right, and I love that story, sustainability and all. And what the coffee berry does in Juice Plus Luminate is that it's got the naturally occurring caffeine, right? And it can help to keep our mental energy levels up, as well as help with mental clarity and getting rid of that kind of brain fog that you might feel in the afternoon. Anyone? Yeah. So people reach for coffee at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, right? And especially the benefit of having the energy rise, along with the focus and mental clarity, is just going to be game-changing, I feel like.
Game-changing is absolutely right, I think. But with game-changing ingredients come some changes to our labels. So we wanted to share just a couple of things about the label of the product. This product will have a supplement facts panel similar to Omega Blend, and that's so that we can identify and highlight the amounts of the powerful ingredients that are in the product, just the same way we did with Omega Blend. And you may also know that it has only 2 grams of sugar, and that sugar is coming from one of the most natural sources in the world, coconut nectar. And we won't have NSF certification seal on the product when we launch, but that's of course just because the NSF certification requires the first commercial batch of the product to be tested, and we can't have the seal on our product until the testing is complete. But rest assured, this product is going through all of the NSF certification tests, and as soon as we have those certifications complete, we will update those certifications onto the hub and make sure that you guys are notified of that. And the label, it is awesome. The label also has some additional verbiage that isn't on our other Juice Plus products, but it's nothing to be concerned about. It's just because of the small amount of caffeine and the herbal ingredients that are in the product.
That's right, and that's one of the reasons that integrated medicine doctors keep having to stay up to date on new ingredients, because we have to worry about how they interact with food or interact with medications, even prescriptions. And products like Juice Plus Luminate can have an amazing benefit, of course, but we also need to look at limitations. And first off, that means it's just for adults. I know I'm a pediatrician, but it's just for adults, and that's mainly because of the caffeine, not recommended in children. They need to keep growing, all these things, but also the herbal ingredients, because most are not studied on children. So if you look at how much caffeine is in one serving of Luminate, it's about the same as a shot of espresso. It's 80 grams. Milligrams, I'm sorry, not 80 grams. 80 milligrams, but that's not a lot. Like, look at some of these energy drinks on the market. There's a whole lot more than that. But if you do your Juice Plus Luminate maybe once or twice a day, you have a giant Monster energy drink, you get a venti Starbucks, I mean, pretty soon you might be having some side effects, right? So we have to think about that. And that said, if you tend to drink a cup or 2 of coffee a day or have an energy drink, you should be just fine with Juice Plus Luminate, because that's all the caffeine that there is in there.
Absolutely. And you know what I absolutely love about this formulation is that combination of energy and mental focus and that mental clarity, those ingredients working together to provide a non-jittery way to manage your day. And how do we know that it's non-jittery? Well, because you heard earlier, we did a survey on 79 people who we asked questions like, do you feel any effects of this product? Did you feel any negative side effects like jitteriness? And what did you think about the product? How did you enjoy it? And you can see here the results were impressive.
Yes, and wasn't that after a whole week of taking Juice Plus Luminate every day? So they actually, had a sequence of time where they could really comment on it well. So I love that. And the clear benefits on focus and mental energy are absolutely amazing, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And to me, one of the most impressive things is 91% of people felt that this product gave them an overall positive impact on their day. That's just really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things that I really love about the Juice Plus company is the dedication to research. Some of you may have heard me speak before, I would never do that unless there was so much scientific research behind our products. So when I first heard about Juice Plus Luminate, like many of my colleagues in Juice Plus, it worried us because there's not any scientific research. And then I thought, well, when Juice Plus started, how many people carried the orange box around? I know. Was there research? No, there was research on fruits and vegetables. And when Omega Blend came out, we knew omegas were good for you, but we didn't know Omega Blend was good for you. So they started doing product-specific research. And now we have 48 published studies because of the dedication that this company has. So we feel like, okay, well, we just got to see. We've got this great survey showing us really positive effects, and many of you have already gotten a little bit of samples like me. I love it, and did I take it this morning? Absolutely.
So we really all felt that this was a necessary part of the development process, especially because these ingredients and the rapid benefits, people feel an effect after just 60 minutes after taking it. That's a little new to the Juice Plus world.
Yeah.
And speaking of the Juice Plus world, I am quite sure that you guys are wondering how this works with our other Juice Plus products. And we really want to make sure that you guys understand that. So we're going to end up having a lot more assets. But to me, this is one of the most important things, because when we think about Juice Plus Luminate, we want to reach a new target audience. And so you guys are going to have to get really good at talking to people about how to transition from Juice Plus other products to Juice Plus Luminate, but also taking people on the journey from starting with Juice Plus Luminate to our other products. So we want to make sure that you guys are very familiar with that.
I know that this was something I was curious about, how the products would interact, and there's so much more to come. But do you remember with Juice Plus Essentials when we had the capsules, and 2 years ago a brain health study came out? Do you remember that? It was so great because it took people who took the capsules every day and looked at what happened to their brain health and how fast they could do those tests on cognitive function, and all of those things improved. It's actually the list of things that are not working right in ADHD. But it took 16 weeks that study ran. And so what's great about Juice Plus Luminate is the short-term effects, the quick, rapid rise in your energy levels and your cognitive functions, that is gonna kind of, like you said, bridge that gap so that those short-term effects with Luminate and the longer-term effects with Essentials will have this additive effect, basically.
That's right. So when you combine Juice Plus Essentials with Juice Plus Luminate, you're getting those additive benefits. More simply put, 1 + 1 may just equal 6. And this product is going to work really well with all of our other products as well. And as I mentioned, we're going to have more assets. They'll be available on the hub. We'll let you guys know when they come out, but so keep an eye out for those. And we actually did a big deep dive into other cognitive function products when we first looked at developing Juice Plus Luminate. And there's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of them that you question, are they actually working or not? There's actually an FTC injunction against a company for making false claims about products that they actually say worked and they didn't. But many of them are actually single ingredient products, so they're just looking at things that have one part of what Juice Plus Luminate does. So there's a lot of ashwagandha products out there. Valerie was talking about how she's taken some. I have myself. And I think that they're great, but they don't have the combination of focus and energy as well as that adaptogenic property. And there's some nootropic products out there, and some that actually contain caffeine as well, but I have yet to find one that doesn't contain synthetic ingredients, and we just don't like that. And what's so unique about Juice Plus Luminate is the combination of plant-based, clinically researched, sustainably sourced ingredients that are as minimally processed as possible.
Yeah.
And no other product that I have seen on the market can say all of that.
Wow, right? Are you guys as excited about Juice Plus Luminate as I am? I know you're probably doing what I'm doing too, is thinking through this list of all these people that I want to contact because I think they'll love it. Yeah.
That is absolutely true. And now that you know all about the how, the why, the ingredients, the labels, all the things behind the scenes, it's time to share the details of when and how you guys can get your hands on this product and what assets will be available to you at that time. And to do that, I cannot think of two better people to share this stage than two of my besties in this business,